Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Kat. For this video, I am going to be doing a 24-hour readathon. I have a 3-day weekend coming up and I feel like I can actually get through 24 hours of reading, and I do want to read some of the books on my TBR as well. I remember back in the olden OG booktube days, 24-hour readathons were literally 24 hours, meaning from 12 a.m. to 12 a.m. But I'm not going to do that. And I commend every single person who's able to just read for 24 hours straight. I personally cannot do that. So what I'll be doing is just splitting the 24 hours over the course of the next few days. Today is Friday, January 16th. So I'll be doing a few hours of reading today and then the next 3 days. Tomorrow is a bit of a busy day. It's me and my boyfriend's 7-year anniversary and he has the whole day planned out. I am reading Dark Air, which is book 2 in the Dark Rice series. I am on page 252, so we're kind of like a little bit past the halfway mark. There's only 2 books out, unfortunately, so the 3rd book, TBD, don't know when it's coming out. I have really enjoyed C.S. Pacat's books. I read Captive Prince and really loved their character work especially, and I do enjoy the characters in this book. C.S. Pacat's writing isn't terrible, but it can be a bit clunky and choppy. They have a tendency to use a lot of like obscure words that you won't use conversationally and you don't really see written in books. If they wrote in that sort of style where they use obscure words more often, then there's a bit of a cohesion in the writing, but honestly these words are just kind of thrown out randomly, so it's not really flowy. I feel like there was a lot of repetition in these 2 books. I don't remember the Captive Prince books being so repetitive in the writing. I love C.S. Pacat's storytelling and the twists that they throw in their books and their character work, so all of that makes up for that clunky, choppy writing. Right now it is like 5:30, so I do have most of the night to kind of knock out a few hours, and then hopefully I can finish this so I can start a new book on my TBR. Hey guys, welcome back. Today is Sunday, January 18th, and I have about 22 hours and 30 minutes on my 24-hour readathon. I did not read for a single minute yesterday because it was my 7-year anniversary with my boyfriend and we went out to celebrate, and I'm engaged! Oh my god! I was busy celebrating my anniversary and my engagement, and just, yeah, this is absolutely gorgeous. I'm so happy. So I was too busy relishing in the moment yesterday to even think about reading. Today is a bit more quieter and relaxed day. I'm gonna chill out. I ordered a Chili's triple dipper, so your girl's gonna eat. I'm gonna recharge because as an introverted person, after yesterday's festivities and just being around so many people, I feel so drained, so I just need to recharge. Just wanted to share that news. I'm so excited, I'm so happy, and I just feel like my brain is buzzing. Reading will always be something I enjoy, so I will continue to read regardless what happens in my life. Today is Tuesday, January 20th, and I have about 17 hours left on my 24-hour readathon. This readathon is turning out to be the opposite of what I was hoping for. I was hoping to be able to read a lot more the past few days, but that just did not happen. Like yesterday, I was planning to read more, but then some people came over the house, and then my fiance came over the house. I can say that now. So I was just spending most of the afternoon and evening with people. As much as I've been wanting to read, the last few days have been pretty busy and tiring, and I just did not have the energy to pick up the book that I was reading, but I did finally finish it. Honestly, I don't really know how to feel about this book. I don't really know how to rate it. I feel like a 4.0 is my honest rating. The first book I feel like is a 4.5 because there were just so many twists and turns, and the plot, the magic system, the old world, the new world characters all coming together, old characters being reborn into new characters. On Goodreads, the first book has like a 4.1 rating, and then this book has like a 4.5 rating. And I just feel like I had an opposite experience. First and foremost, the writing in both of these books, especially this book, was so repetitive. Maybe the author kind of watered down their writing just to kind of accommodate this genre and the readers, but I don't think that's necessary. Just because something is a YA book or a middle grade book doesn't mean the language has to be dumbed down or needs to be simpler or it needs to be repetitive. I don't think readers who are younger or who specifically read YA are dumb. Our main character, Will, is supposed to be a very powerful character. However, I feel like his potential is not really explored in terms of what he can do with his powers. There's just so much he can do considering his backstory. There's this ambiguous, possibly incestuous relationship. Two characters in this book, Will and Catherine, they both like each other. They potentially are siblings. It's very ambiguous because Will doesn't know if they share the same mother or not. So that was really weird, and I don't know why that needed to happen. I feel like there's another way that plot line that the author was trying to go for. There's a different turn that plot line could have taken. And on top of that, I've noticed more plot holes and discrepancies and just certain things that are not tying in together well. I'm not saying traditionally published books are exempt from mistakes, but this many plot holes is kind of insane. Or maybe there's just a lot of cleverly written details and I'm just not picking up on them. That's probably what it is. I'm just not picking up on them because how the heck is this book a 4.5 star? Did not like it more than the first book, but I thought it was a good book. I thought that there were characters that were explored a little bit more and we were able to see like what their role was in their past lives and how their past lives tie into the current situation. Okay, so now we're gonna choose my next book, and I decided to have a random number generator pick my next book. So it's a little scary because I don't know where it's gonna land, but let's see. Here is my TBR for January, February, March that I'll be choosing from. So these are all the books. Now I'm going to remove Assassin's Blade only because I am going to be doing a separate video for this one. I'm planning to do a reading vlog for each of Sarah J. Maas's books. So this is going to be taken off of this list. I'm gonna go ahead and just do a random shuffle and just kind of move the books around, and then we will have the random number generator choose. The number generator picked number 3, and starting from the top, we have 1, 2, 3. I have book 8 in the Skullduggery Pleasant series, which is Last Stand of Dead Men. I'm actually quite excited for this one because it's been a while since I visited this world. Skullduggery Pleasant basically is about a skeleton detective and his sidekick who take on the supernatural forces and save the world from them. There's a large cast of characters and there's all these different types of supernatural species that we're introduced to. What I love about these books mainly is just the humor. It's full of British like humor, which is something I really enjoy. It looks like a pretty chunky book. Yeah, it's almost 600 pages. So this should occupy a lot of time. Hopefully I get some reading done today, but that seems like wishful thinking at this point because every time I think that I'm going to get some reading done and I try to carve out some time for it, something comes up. Hey guys, welcome back. Today is Friday, January 23rd. In terms of my 24-hour readathon, I have 14 hours and about 40 minutes left. I have not updated the last few days because I actually did not read a lot. I'm telling you, the past few days since last Saturday, it's just been busy. Oh my god, I forgot to wear my ring. I'm on page 84 right now, and so far I am loving it. I really miss being in this world. I really miss being with these characters. I so enjoy the humor in this. It gets me laughing out loud. It is so snarky and so witty, and I love the way Derek Landy writes the dialogue and the humor and how it's just perfectly timed. I love the world building. I feel like I have a greater appreciation for the world building because it's been a while since I read the books. I don't think I read book 7 last year. The book right now is following different magical sanctuaries that represents each country. So there's like an American sanctuary, an Irish sanctuary, and these sanctuaries are about to go to war. So in a way, it's like World War III. It's really interesting to see how all these sanctuaries are allying with each other and how they're trying to either come together or create divide. Like some sanctuaries do not want war, and there are other sanctuaries that want war because of the benefits that they will get from it. I hope that I can finish this book in 14 hours so I can start another book. So today is Wednesday, January 28th. It is currently currently 10 p.m. I have about 6 hours and 30 minutes left of this 24-hour readathon. This is like a failed readathon, guys. I really thought I was going to complete this readathon over the 3-day weekend. That just didn't end up happening. Then I was hoping to get more reading done in the last few days, but that didn't happen either. Honestly, it's just been a little hard to focus on reading lately. If you live in the US, you know the state of our nation. It just feels like there's violence everywhere, and it's really taking a toll on me emotionally, mentally, and I know it's taking a toll on a lot of people. Sometimes it feels claustrophobic. It's like it's never gonna end and everything's just closing in. I feel like I'm just on the sidelines. But the other unfortunate reality is if you do try to intervene and you do try to help people and defend innocent people, then you have a chance of getting killed. I'm trying to figure out ways to cope with these emotions and feelings. To anyone else who's feeling this or feeling similar, take care of yourself. I always say this at the end of every video, but it's hard, but you have to take care of yourself. First of all, if you don't take care of yourself, no one will. And second of all, we have to be there for our loved ones. And if we don't take care of ourselves, then we can't be present. We can't take care of them. I try to be strong and I try to just power through whatever feelings I have and get through the day because I need to be in a better state of mind and health. That way I can be there for my family and my loved ones. I'm sending all my love to all of you guys if you're feeling this way about what's going on, and we got this. On to book-related things. I am finishing up this book. It feels like forever since I've been reading this book. Currently on page 424 out of like 600. I haven't really been focusing that much on this book, so I feel like I don't really know what's going on, and I'm just not as present. I don't know if I'm not really liking this because of where I am at mentally, or if it's the book's fault. I am liking it and not liking it at the same time. I feel very lukewarm. When I first started reading these books, I loved the humor because it was new, it was fun to read, and it wasn't what I would read a lot of in books, so it was like refreshing. But now that I'm 8 books deep into this series, all the humor just feels repetitive, and there's like pages of it. Like there'd be 2-3 pages of just back and forth banter and dialogue, just getting old. That's why I feel like it's getting old. I also do feel like the author is kind of pinning the success of his books on the humor. That's why there's so much of it, and that's what these books are known for, is this witty, clever humor. The author's just keeping that momentum going in his books because that's what's making his books successful. That's great. If a formula works, why not repeat it? But it does feel like it's getting old now and kind of tiring, and yeah. I feel like there were so many characters introduced in this book. Like, I'm still trying to reel from the onslaught of new characters that we are introduced to. Some of them get introduced on one page and then they're killed off in the next page. It just feels like a lot. So maybe it wasn't the right time to read this book. The book for me right now is a 3.5 to a 4. We have 200 more pages to go, so who knows? Maybe my mind will change and I will be pleasantly surprised. So today is January 30th. I have about 2 hours and 30 minutes left of my challenge, and I finally finished book 8 of the Skullturkey Pleasant series. Thank God. This book was dragging so much, like it was totally drawn out for no reason. I just felt like the author was prolonging the ending because as we got closer to the ending, it felt like it was taking longer to finish. Again, there was just pages of banter and jokes and it just felt never ending. Even though I was at like the very last few pages, it felt like the longest last few pages to read. And there's just other plot points that didn't really add up or make sense or just felt too convenient. So I'll talk more about that in my wrap up because I honestly don't really want to review this book. Plus it's like 10 o'clock and I'm feeling tired and my contacts are drying out. So if I like blink a lot, just know I'm trying to bring moisture to my eyes. Although we have 2 hours and 30 minutes left of the challenge, which means whatever book I choose next, I'm probably not going to finish. For the sake of finishing this challenge, we'll go ahead and choose our next book. Book number 2 is The Ballad of Sword and Wine. This is one of my favorite covers of books that I own. I don't know too much about this book series. I hear that it's very political. There's a large cast of characters and a lot of different places to keep track of. This is an romance, and apparently the romance is really good. I didn't really want to start a new series, to be honest, but it is my fault for putting a bunch of first books of a series on my TBR, so it was bound to happen. So for the next 2 hours and 30 something minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and start this. I may not finish this because it's like, yeah, 430 pages long. So this is not gonna get done in 2 hours unless I just speed skim. Hey guys, so I look like a whole ass mess right now. Like, forgive my sorry ass braid and whatnot. I just finished getting ready for bed, and I remembered that, hey, I have to make this video because I finished my 24-hour challenge. I feel like I could have read more books, but I just got so stuck on the second book that I was reading and rereading some passages over and over again because some things just didn't add up or make sense, that time kind of slipped away. Just to report on A Ballad of Sword and Wine, Volume 1. Currently, I'm on page 118. When this challenge ended, when the 24-hour timer went off, I finished on page 105, but I just continued reading because it's so freaking good. I feel like this volume is going to be a 4.5 to 5-star rating because it's just so freaking good. Like, I can't even stress how much I'm enjoying it. And again, I'm just 118 pages into the book, already loving it, already liking our characters, already liking the plot and the politics. I just know it's gonna be really good as I continue reading, and that's what I'm gonna do after I'm done with this video. I'm not good at pronouncing these names, so I'm just going to do my best because I'd rather try than to not pronounce it at all. We follow one of our main characters. His name is Shen Zichuan, and he is the last surviving member of his family. A lot of people do not like him because when he went into battle with his brother and his father ran away. His father retreated from battle and self-immolated, and his brother was killed, and the enemies took over and just ravaged a lot of territory. A lot of these people from these lands that were destroyed from the enemy, they do not like him. But he was caught, and now he is prisoner at a different land where, again, the people, the emperor, and all the royal people do not like him. Especially Zhao Qie. Again, my pronunciation is really bad. And that is this character right here. And he does not like him. This is a true enemy situation going on. They hate each other very much. He has his own little scheming going on. So even though he's there as prisoner, there are people in that land that are working with him because they know his true identity. He also isn't favored upon by a lot of people because he loves to get drunk and just dabble in debauchery, unlike his older brother, who is like the pillar of the perfect son and the perfect general. There are people, members of court, who are doing their own scheming and their own plotting. I thought I was gonna get lost in this book because I've heard other readers say that it is filled with a lot of different character names and a lot of places. I personally didn't find it too difficult. I think a lot of it is because I have watched Chinese shows and dramas before, and when I read this, I picture it as a Chinese drama. So I'm fully immersed, I'm enjoying it, and I find it very entertaining, and that's why it's so easy for me to read it and be in this world and in this book, is because I'm just imagining it like the Chinese dramas that I've watched before. It also helps that there are some footnotes throughout the book to kind of explain or define certain titles or terms, certain events. Translation is so good because the prose is so beautiful. I love the language, the syntax, the imagery, everything about it is so beautiful. I wish I could read Chinese because I would love to read this book in its native language. You can easily just follow everything and it flows very well too. Thank you guys for joining me on my 24-hour readathon. This feels like, again, a failed one, but whatever. We read some books on our TBR. That's what really matters. Let me know what books you guys have been reading so far. Once again, please take care of yourself. Please take care of each other. Now more than ever, we need each other. And I understand reading isn't everyone's escape. So like, don't force yourself to read a book if you're not feeling it. But on that, hopefully you're having a good day, good night, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and I will see you next time.